bloop, bloop, bloop. Tick, 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 tick. There we go, and we go up in the sky. Alrighty! Everything working? Everything working, that's lovely. Now, there was a little clip there the other week, last week, when I followed the Greyhounds, and their truck and that whole truck got annihilated. It's funny because, was it, I think Düsentriebchen or somebody said that, oh no, Altberg is following us, we're all gonna die. He's a bad omen. And he kind of was right. So now the question is, who do I follow on this lovely map right now? Who of these lovely little trucks shall I follow? Maybe that truck. Just looking at them already bugs them out. There we go. My power grows by the second. But yes, the masses are gathering, making their way to the south here. And in a moment, they will have gathered. For a fight over W and 7. For a second, I thought there was a player there already. For a second, I thought there was a blue dot there, but it's the thingy. It's the hedges. Actually, it's the hedges. What was the blue one? That should be... Is that hedges? That should be hedges, yeah. Brain but AFK there for a second. Speaking of brain AFK situations, where are these transport trucks? There they are, gloriously waiting. Joy and fun. If there's something happening in the middle, or we see, you know, the rockets coming in, we might join that. Or if these guys don't do anything. But, you know, surely we're gonna have our whale of a time. Good luck.
Alles Gutes.
Ja, ja. Oh, we're not getting a rocket? Okay, sad. Hope for that a bit. Very quiet, they might say, oh, they're not talking to Altberg. There is one reason, because they're now scared that they might perish in a second. They might be the truck that gets annihilated because Altberg is watching it. Oh no. Oh no. But the initial start is happening. All the flonk frontward. Actually, I might join that truck because that is much juicier. That is not the truck I thought. That is the truck I thought about. MG already leaving. That is to be expected. Also, if you're wondering, the commander for tonight is Woman Repellent.
2, 1.
There we go. Smoke shots. MG fire already happening. Rockets making their way. No counter rocket from Mark. I was hoping for something like that, but not happening at the moment. We zoom out a bit. Just see if we get any rockets. No rockets being flung at the moment. I'm a bit disappointed with the lack of rockets here from both sides. One is okay, but you know, I kind of wanted to have more. There we go! Von Mark with the connected rocket into the truck. Does not destroy the truck, but wreaks havoc among the troops. And then the truck goes down. Greyhound's already on the left here, clashing inwards. Trucks go down. Rocket misses the looks, or rather, ricochets off. Paradox gets killed. No more rockets against that tank. Vignaldo and Francis are alive though, as well as Lancro. And everybody gets annihilated. Looks alive. All three anti-tankers destroyed. Big headed loose shenanigans at the very start here already. And that is the crunch that you need in your breakfast and in your hell at loose. There we go. Gotta watch for that delicious crunch. There's a clash going well so far. Greyhounds mostly hiding behind the building. That's a fair one to do. This is very loud today. Jesus. Rupert makes it somehow through, which is a bit weird. Huh. Could be and gets Rupert. I was going to say Rupert might be very helpful here for our friends from Greyhounds. Because he can kind of corner can annihilate enough people that pass him, but the man got removed there. Same for Postal, went into the trenches there, sadly also removed, but then again Postal tonight is going to play in a crunchy, I like crunchy tonight, sorry people, in a crunchy front push Shift W, just keep running into your death. Meat grind run. And the house is getting stormed as well. I might actually join the house in a second, because why wouldn't I? Sneak of a satchel, sneak a satchel on the building, alright. That building is gonna blow in a moment. And it might be filled with a lot of greyhounds that were spawning on the left. So we're coming in at the moment, greyhounds dominating the sneak at the moment in the building. Might die to his own satchel there. I was not the satchel yet. That was the satchel. Sneaky killing nobody except himself. There we go. There are helplines, people. Very important. Speaking of helplines, there's one helping noodle here in the fight. Diesel. Gets back, shoots people, and is in the hell of it. There we go, pops a little people, there we go. Tietze holding the line at the moment, more people coming in. Banzai, Bollerwagen, and Co. are joining the shenanigans here. And that should be a wake-up call for ESPT here, that the grounds with Tietze here were still surviving that point, that artillery fire, and were able to shoot you down with an STG-44. I'm gonna drink something. But it is nearly 8 minutes in, and we have still not any decider on who is going to take this. Missed shot there from Boy Butter. Misses the tank. Misses both tanks, in theory. Don't know which tank he shot. Or rather, which tank he was aiming for. ESPT now bringing more people here. Greyhounds not really doing that well on the manpower here. And I don't mean the reasons, I mean just the people on the point here. Rocket flashes against the wall. Grenades would be key here. Grenades are being used, but not efficiently. And that is what you expect from Headed Loose Comp. There we go. Now go down there, potentially new satchel. Doesn't even see who is attacking more explosive. There we go. Dodge the rocket there from Boy Butter. Are they just sitting in the same court? Okay, I think Francis... Okay. Surely Francis has disconnected, right? Surely. What a picture. What a picture. Hey, and there we go. Removal of Francis. That was, I think, the Steward tank. Yep, Steward tank gone. Greyhound still capping this at the moment. I've not seen the death of a Lux tank yet, but then again, looking at the lack of Luxes here, I think they might have lost one or two. But then again, Little Panzer 2, you know, it's not the strongest, but it's great for these openers. Just to show dominance, just to get people into the point here, and to wreak some havoc at the front line. I wonder if we can ever, if we will ever get other variants, you know, of the Panzer 2. Because there were some fun ones out there as well. Quite a few impacts tank-wise here. That surely is not gonna be... Oh, dodged! But then again, can already see the line of red tanks there. Germans have brought all their shiny toys to play here in the area. Mostly that toy there is the danger zone. Tony Doctor and Kumpel. The iconic tanker crew. Ja, scheiß die Wand an. Look at them being all red and lovable, and and Tony leaving the tank, and at the millisecond he decides to leave the tank and gets killed. Yes! Ah, bonus points. But the fight is still going on. The fight is still going strong. And I am right now. That wreck just got removed. Yes, you're so right. Where is a drink? Because, good God, I will need a drink. 10 minutes in, and we're still wobbling and bobbling around. And I shall do the little ad before, because it's an... shall we do ad? Yeah, ad. Some time ago, yeah. No explosion, check that out in a second. Where's my buttons? Yoink. Go. And I hear El Bombing Rano, as the Spanish say. What bombing run is it though? That is a bombing run by the Greyhounds from the south to the north. Wobbling and bobbling, and that's Paradox survives. That lucky noodle. But that push got really annihilated there. But is that important? Kinda, but also they have some people already in the hard cap. They have people in the house. Question is now, do they have a satchel here as well? Because that house is gonna be awful. Oh, clean. Bonnie, you might want to check the other rooms. See? That was a dangerous room. That was a dangerous room, buddy. But the house got cleared. Everybody got annihilated, at least the naughty ones and the good ones. Christmas is around the corner. And I'm pouring myself a drink, so I don't need to enjoy it anymore. There we go. Good. Still a back and forth. 12 minutes in. I feel like I should now do the... I would do the... And we're slowly lacking people here. They all need to respawn. Oddly enough, Woman Repellent not using a bombing run yet. No bombing run by our American friends here. North America is not putting in any bombing capabilities except artillery, and then again you see artillery on the left is just the right thing they need. That was a lot of very fast talking, I know. But you know, at this very start, did that tank just... What? Wait, what? I might need to watch it later because I feel like that tank was invisible for a moment there. Weird. Also weird is the lack of artillery here from the Greyhounds. Like, on the sides, on the... Ah, there we go, now it's here. Also, it feels like we're missing, you know, Greyhound artillery here. Which means that ESPT is going to be able to get in here more and more. Which they are. One crew, Hitman, Alex, Ronaldo, everybody's making their way here. Diesel, the other one left. And Diesel also got vaporized. This initial cap might go in a moment to the hands of ESPT. The angry horses are galloping. Whoa, that was a teleport. Or rather a spawn teleport. But yeah, that should be the capture here. Unless artillery actually connects once, then... But right now, Greyhounds are getting annihilated because the only entrance area is bombarded. So everybody that tries to get into WN7 is gonna get blasted by artillery. Good rocket attempt there from Dietzel there against Smirin in the far top right. But sorry, the top. But that point goes to ESPT here. Little check on the map because right now makes sense. What do we have? Garrison on the H row, but all but sure. G row is filled with 4. Then we have nothing yet on the hard capital one, but we have something here near, well, north of the crossroads. That's alright. So Sneaky Boys are on the side. Puro Loco is making his way. We also have US Ranger, familiar faces, good faces. Faces that might smile at you and then take your garrison. What are these nuts? Carbonix, some dust, thank you, Ultra. Are they shooting El Tanko? No, they're shooting El Nothing. Most dangerous of enemies. Speaking of dangerous enemies, the medium crew is under fire, but then again, the medium crew at this point has to fight off against people from the north, from this area. Many potential enemies here. Better spot to repair. I'm happy that they went into this corner, not the other one. Good. Repairing right now. Ooh. Smoke shelling the enemy tank. Alright. I mean, if they hit the tank, that's fun, you know. The problem is, I know that the Fitonian crew are just spam pinging the enemy. Like, around there should be the enemy. Ping, 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 ping. Oh, now the distance changed. Okay, boom. Either way. Yoink. While they're doing their shenanigan, I might wonder where we go. Because there's a few areas that would be sweet. Why is there what? Sorry, why is there a light tank charging in? Ha! Light tank! Kalash and kill a tomato! Alright, I'm on board. I'm on board with this. This is hilarious. I'm not on board. Abort. Missed! Dodged the tank shell. Yeah, boys! Big middle finger to the enemy team there. Dodged the enemy tank shell and went on. Ooh, slightly bonked. Oh, they bonked it. They bonked it badly. Yeah, that trench is not good for you. And Skra is making his way. Oh, extra fun. Oh, that's a bad angle. That's a bad high. Misses! Hey! Lovely. Beautiful. Beautiful. Is that tag mine still active? Yeah, it is. I like the little fights here. They are lovely. Up in the sky we go again. Don't be AFK when you spawn the OP. Just don't be AFK. Watch this area. Fair enough. Is there already a naughty tank there? No, but there's naughty people here. It's Nubi and Kiran. Extra naughty people, clearly. We'll check up there. WN70 is getting touched. Yeah, I don't think so. Then again, it's Bollerwagen, it's Postal. And Postal doesn't remember that it's too fat to cross this. He might just be aiming for enemies. And he decided to perish. Okay. Fight the Bollerwagen against the forest, basically. Or rather, the greenery. And gets killed as well. And yet, one thing that we can say, yoink, while I pour, slide to the side, is that right now the front line is still hard and harsh. Because Greyhounds have bunkered down here. Promise that I see in the north they're losing more and more ground. Soon the crossroads will fall. And then this area will also be completely undone. Oh! Directed on Postal there on the right. Direct body hit with the shell. That is just cruel. No boss. The brave story of Nolvas. Who waddles his way, who waddles his way. Bombing run the back line from ESPT presumably. Goes through, unsure. I guess, okay. Koenig's still alive. Maybe a garrison or something there. Maybe something was there. Yes, there was, and they missed it. Ah! That is just cruel. That is just cruel. Oi, 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 oi. Oi, 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 oi. But it is what it is. Why do I see an anti-tanker next to the tank? Oh no, rando. Can I just say we are on the ESPT tank at server? We're on the server that ESPT choose. We're in the Americas. Why do the American players all have a bad disconnection ping issue? What's going on? I'm gaming. I don't want to look like a giant moving penis, but I'm gaming. Look at me. Woohoo! Wibbly wobbly wobbly wop. Bubbly 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 bop. Thank you, Rando. Alright, enough shenanigans. What is going on here? Can I just check the map for a second? That should not be the case. One repellent in the back area of Greyhounds at the moment with the supply truck. Bit of a setup there. Nothing too big yet, but they have their they have their border garrisons here up and running. Still, this little area is the one that ESPT wants to remove. This is the little 1x2 chunk they need to get removed. Speaking of things that get removed, repair station. What? Repair station. Wait. Doctor has a solo tank and a Panzer IV. Alright, and PC, Blade, and Menthori. I kind of wish that Randall would just now reconnect and would be here. Because nobody would care about him at this point. That is an unlucky point to disconnect. That is an unlucky moment to disconnect, you know? Alright, we are gonna make one little peek at the poor souls that have to shift W here. Oh, now a second attempt. Sure. And on the Nobos front, how do we go? Healing. Yep, Nobos, that's a good decision. Okay. Good. OP, that grenade was scary. Yeah. OP is hot and sizzling. Okay. Nobos goes forward. Nobos goes, and Nobos dies. And that's how it's gonna get repeated here over and over and over. Now, in the meantime, we have Boybutter and others. And we have also Banzai here. We have people here at the forefront. They're trying their best among the Greyhounds to push inwards, you know. Use the cover of the hedges to advance. Oh boy. But of course the issue is so many enemies, sounds everywhere, enemies everywhere. It's gonna be a harsh one, because let's be fair, that point layout is a nightmare. And wanting to fight over WN7, oh god, why? Why? Well, these are the matches that bring out the new ideas where they can test stuff. It's also the ideas where I guess we're gonna see a precision strike in a second. Maybe? Maybe, baby? Planes? Planes? No. Doesn't explain anything. Okay. Well, if I see precision strike closing in, I know where to go. In the meantime, I see Butters. Scorch Earth tactics. Ooh, that delay was bad. Buddy has a satchel up. And my pick kick, it's nice. No, I think nobody will die from that. But you can see ESPT at the moment crashing through the north here. Well, north of the point, midsection. They're really charging through here. And also still hammering down from the top to the bottom. They really want to go into Crossroads. And if they get Crossroads, then Greyhounds are basically done for. Speaking of things that are done for, did that little group actually make it? No way. Nova Spawn made it. They actually were able to touch the ground here. Speaking of touching things, I'm gonna touch death. Yeah. They're gonna perish in a moment, exactly. And I don't know if there's a Kaonashi drinking game at the moment, but if you see, if there is one going on, look, it's Kaonashi. Kaonashi. There you go. One little moment here. Is that a solo? It's a solo tank. Doctor in a solo medium tank. They're yeeting their tanks. Yeah, that tank is gonna perish against a random AT turret because nobody wants to go on the second skin. Might even kill Minot. Yay! Minot gets killed by Doctor. I mean, the nice thing is, you know, he is gonna provide cover with his wreck for a moment, you know? That's cool. Seriously, does nobody of them want to shoot? How is that? Oh my god. And now it's gonna die. No, they all got killed. Unbelievable. The tank is actually making it. It will now get killed by somebody else here, presumably, but good god. The fact that the tank was able to charge forward against the AT turret. Oh boy. And GWR 14, a rocket. There we go, removal. But people made it forward there. Cadaver, Ditzel, McForks at the moment. People for the Greyhounds are marching forward. It's getting a bit quiet here on the western front. Well, I guess it's the eastern front. And so the issue is artillery. Ditzel and Boybutter are in heavy danger here. Boy putter. Smooth. And lies down for a little sleep. There we go. But the problem is still, if they try to make it here, they're gonna get killed by artillery. And they have no way of overcoming the open issue here. Because how do you cross an area that keeps getting bombarded? Well, you get lucky. And hope that the enemy is not bothered to defend at this point anymore. Right now, again, losing for a second just by having so many people in the area here. Yeah, because all of these nerds also count. Southern push happening at the moment. Cadaver still alive, Postal still alive. And artillery again, right on Postal. And Flick with the white helmet. Just to add insult to the overall situation there. Boy putter still around. Lonnie rippling at the barbed wire, sure. But that's the issue, that's the issue. That's the thing why I would assume they try to get this point, because then they can try. How can we overcome the situation? Because, you know, if you know one thing, then that this is one of the worst situations here. WN7, WN4, awful points. Back in the day, you know, old and hell let loose. Burnout, that's an issue because, you know, you would just climb over the barbed wire that was here in the area. Actually, did we have so much bio back then? I try to remember if we had... At least it was not an issue back then, because you could either... There was none here, or you could just climb over it. I think we could... Did we... I'm trying to remember update 7 ago. Did we have barbed wire here? I'm actually unsure. Might have had it was just climbable. Who knows? Either way, now since we can't remove the barbed wire that is map generated, you're never gonna make your way in there. Speaking of things that will never happen, this Tiger is facing the north. Double MG play, hammering down on the area here. Tony, Doctor, and Kodekumpel Steffen make their best attempts here. Yeet! Shaka Zulu gets shakad and slightly Zulu'd. Yeah, and that's one tank taking care of everybody in the area. For a second I thought Tony went out again. But no, it's fine, it's fine. Lots of fighting going down, lots of firefights. There was an impact. Was it? No. Where are these naughty tanks? Heavy tank, heavy tank, heavy tank. Anybody else? AT cannon. That's it. 3 heavy tanks in play at the moment with 1 light tank leaving the HQ at the moment. Good. All righty. And we're getting a little tank fight. Thank you, ESPT. Come on. Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna give you... It's a naughty little spot there. That's not gonna happen. But you might be able to shoot some infantry. Little Skra here. Yep. Skra doing a good job here. Admincam going down as well. Greyhounds at the moment pushing. I have to say, for committing still a lot of forces to the south here, they are also pushing in quite heavily onto the north. They're counter-pushing ESPT's push here. That line was a much lower here, and Greyhounds keep pushing it northwards right now. While in the meantime... Wait, who made it through? Rando. Rando is back, look at that. Rando Sabo making it through here, going in the backlines, getting the first one. Fabi goes down and gets stopped. I thought this would be the legacy. Oh well. Oh well, oh well, oh well, oh well. The lag situation there, but then again, there is always a bit of lag happening once in a while. And right now we see ESPT marching forward into these trenches here. And might be the end of Postal. No, Postal dives down and crunch them. He misses both a teammate and gets shot by Axel. Can I just say Postal dancing around the mines like a young gazelle, then going in there and then getting Axel'd. And still in depth, Postal looks fabulous. Look at that. Lovely. Look at those legs. Yeah, more going down at the moment. I would assume the OP is somewhere down here in the south. Oh, Or maybe up there. In the crater of doom. Yeah. Bombing run? Bombing run. Bombing run. Greyhound bombing run. Okay. Frontline probably. No, that's a... What? Oh, I didn't see that. ESPT bombing run from Woman Repellent here. Gets the house, that's cool. But that's it. One kill. Maybe a garrison, but at the moment it feels like that was a bit of a waste. Then again, maybe there was info about a garrison. Considering hitting heavily there on the ground push power. Group goes down as well. And the line's still hard. And if you play Hell It Loose, or Hell It Loose comp at least, or there's a good round on the bucket zero, you know that this little area here might be all you're watching for a long time. So I'm sorry to see a little postal here having all the pain. But the man found the tree and is now blasting people, which is at least something. That is at least something. Pot shots, nothing hitting me yet at the moment. We're gonna come back in a moment. Right now, 2 Tigers here at the moment. PC tank, yoink. And... What? Well, Chu is also hit by the bad lag. What is the server? Okay, the last tanker is out the tank. I'm a bit worried that they're... Well, like... I know why there's only one tank in that tank, because the others got exploded. But still, that is not great. A repair station or something like that would be key here. I don't like where Kung Ultra is, actually. Because if any tank shoots that hatch, he's gonna get splashed. If somebody shoots that hatch, he's gonna get splashed. But he's a lucky noodle. And so right now he might live another day. Midpoint again getting capped slightly. I would assume that is just because of the amount of people. Yeah. Just the amount of people in the sector, just in this 2x2, is enough to keep ESPT on their feet here. Now they are breaking into this area, into the 7th row again, into here a bit. With a recon tank. Can we have vision on the recon tank? There we go, ground. And it's letters. Sure. Oh, precision strike. Going in. And crunches the tank. Ulani, the only one surviving here, but the tank at the crossroads gets destroyed. There we go. Where is that Greyhound we saw a moment ago? There it is. Beautiful. Young in its life, and I see Vitamin already closing it. What a beautiful vehicle. Will it withstand the shot? It won't. It won't. Light fire support there for the infantry. Then again, with the recon tank, I don't know. And that's another reason I would love to see, you know, what are they? Half tracks being added to the game that don't have the spawn option, that are just slightly more expensive than normal troop transporters, no? And you just have basically a troop transporter, but with a heavy machine gun. Huh. Only works, of course, if, you know, they don't count the vehicle limit. And I think that's the major thing. Oh, misses there. Dirty rocket against Cleanup, but misses. Rockets in the area. Fignaldo and Co down there. Cleanup actually... Is he also bugged out? What is this server? Jesus Christ. That can't be Kwanzaa quality. Clearly not a Kwanzaa server. Can't wait for... Who was it? HCA, ECL? Somebody altered not Kwanzaa. Oh well. But we are Kwanzaa-less. We are just watching the match at the moment. Speaking of watching the match, can I just check how it's going at the front? Still a nightmare if you are on the Greyhound side, because, good God, trying to get into this point is a problem. And they're not just gonna make it here, luckily. Well, I guess luck is also a part that might help them, but If the Greyhounds want to win this, they need to get something done here. They need to break through some other area. Don't say some other area, midpoint. They need to move. They need to do shit here. What exploded? Was that an AT cannon? That was an AT cannon, yeah. I can even smell the explosion types now. But it seems at the moment like the Greyhounds are not really going much more for the push at the moment. Looks like on the bottom left there. They're just having some tanks here to wreck, well, to disrupt the front line or slow the enemy down. The complete lack of infantry is a bit worrying. I get that they get, you know, artillery, but completely no completely no infantry seems like a dangerous decision. Yeah, because you have people like Zanzu that runs in front of a tank and gets killed because why would you run in front of a tank? Good God. But that also should be a bit of a wake-up call. How was the enemy able to get this close? Well, because the enemy is on the other side of the hedge. Oh, should we maybe move? Maybe. Aimless. Oh yeah, against the tiger. Hey, the second one. That ricochet was amazing. Plonks in your goes, Abe. Oh, that was a lovely misfire. Oh, I love it. That ricochet was good. And we go down here at the moment still. 2 tigers, slightly crunch tigers. But also Luke's tank here at the moment hammering down. I say that, does the Lukes have anybody in them? Yes, Luke, okay. Luke here at the moment just for... Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, when did you die? We literally watched you. Sorry, when did... What? I wish I could talk to people in-game and ask, hey, why did that tank die just now? Because it didn't explode on my screen, or get hit by anything, or anything. Huh. Well, they lost another tank here. 1 tiger down, Panzer IV in the back line. Both of us. Lots of solo tanking here from the Greyhounds tonight. Lots of solo tanking. But then again, they don't really need a 3-man crew here. They can, you know, put that into infantry combat and other spots. Only thing is they might want to, you know, keep themselves safe. Up in the sky we go, Cafe in the south. And our map open. 7th row is now halfway gone. That is really bad. More and more people charging into the checkpoint area here. Yeah, checkpoint area really getting thinned down now. This is not good. And I also greet everybody down there in chat that I just see. Hello, 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 little Ashura there. Ashura is still here. Little Leia, hello, Zio, Familiar Face, Cybersonic, all the familiar faces here in the chat tonight. Hope you're having a lovely day while we're watching. Oh, delayed rockets not kill anybody. Alright, more ricochet there. Interesting rocket decision there, and another tank goes down. That should have been another tiger goes down. Another tiger destroyed. Well, I can see why. There's literally a, you know, a heavy down the main road. Where is he? Where's that nerd? Ah, over there. That is a bad sign. If the enemy is already able to get, you know, the heavies onto your area, well, I guess it's their own area, but still, into your important area, because if they lose this area, they're cooked. Because trying to come back from drownfields into the crossroad action is a bit of a struggle. Tank continues on there. Marsbridge on the side there. Might MG down infantry? No. That's not looking swell at the moment. 2 heavy tanks on the forefront here. Anti-tank in the south, another heavy down there in the south. Light tank far away on the hill. And they even get a nice little repairman there by Scheller. Ging nicht schneller. Yeah, they're getting shelled by MGs, and now this line that should be filled with Greyhound tanks is rather empty. Not a single tank is left on the defense of the crossroad or south area. They need to get this under control because else they're gonna get rolled here. And it's looking worse. Okay, where are the Greyhounds? Because this is getting silly now. They don't have any people left over here. They don't have a lot of people down here at the moment. Where are the Greyhounds? Are they in the back? No is the answer. Are they far in the back? No is the answer. Nowhere to be seen. And they respawn. I guess it's just the Greyhounds trying their best to hold on to the checkpoint area at the moment. With more or less success. Yeah, south areas, south fields are still being bombarded, being shelled, being shot at. And it's not going to be much change here anytime soon. Artillery is still hammering down on some spots. ESPT might gather here. Yep, like that spot. Come on, Adi. Misses. Top left, you have a heavily burning tank. That can't be healthy either. Bombing run. But where and by whom? By the people that hit Masmus and Roy Nelson. Roy Nelson, run! Run, you silly fool! No! I like the mid-air collision. You know, the mid-air splash there. Whoa! I like it. Even the explosions are slightly laggy delayed right now on this server. This server is... I can already see the Greyhounds really be angry afterwards. Holy moly. But yeah, that tank is gone in a moment, presumably. Captain trying his best. Don't see any anti-tankers at the moment. That should be fine for the moment. But there's going to be some psycho terror because the tank thinks there's an enemy here that might satchel them. Now they're going to jump out because satchels and shit like that. Peace is going to get shot. Now they don't even watch the real enemy. There they go. Peace with a shot with the pistol. Bonus points. Cool. But I like it. I like it that they actually went there. Von marked the long... Ooh, 14 frames. That was special. That was scary. But I like that they basically, you know, they ran around in a circle so the tank would turn and expose their delicious back there to the enemy. That was a smart little move. I don't think that was actually a move. I think it was just luck, but still. Cool reaction there from the Vanguardian player. Slightly drawing forward and backward. Backward. Where do we go? I heard that. That was a tank. No, it was not a tank. What was that? Steward tank? I missed that completely. Sorry, kids. Let me check the map for a second. Heavy tank rolling out. Mid-area now in a moment. Recon tank. Heavy tank. Crossroad section about to fall. A bit of a thing with Polo Loco there on the side. There we go, Apollo as well. Shaka Zulu, US Ranger. Bring some meat to the table. But then again, those are some big names. Those are some big veteran names from ESPT side. And hopefully they will succeed here. Actually, I should say, hopefully they are going to fail at this and Greyhounds are going to take the point back in the middle and then ESPT recaptures it. You know, I like a good back and forth. Wouldn't mind a nice little back and forth. All there's still two heavies there in that direction. Yeah, those. Dangerous. Out in the open tanks, aligning, trying to find a spot here, trying to find the enemy. Back and forth, interesting. Not really much of a plan, it seems. That was a ricochet if I ever saw one. But by whom? Either way, we have crossed the halfway point at this time. 45 minutes left to play, which means if you capture, or rather need 2 minutes to capture the point, then of course it's 40. 3 minutes left right now, nearly 42 minutes. Oh. Crunchy tank combat. Count me in. Who's fighting who? I'm unsure. Oh, I think we can now be sure who shot that. AT cannon got destroyed. There we go. Quite a little journey. King Ultra and King Ultra goes down. Goddammit. And Zamda here with the destruction. There we go. But right now, while these two tigers are wobbling around, we do have one big issue, and that is, of course, the two heavies and I think the recon tank. I think that's shaped. That is definitely a Greyhound. There's definitely a Greyhound in the means of it's a Greyhound. Always a bit worried when I see a tiger tank next, overall a tank, you know, next to a garrison. I'm always worried that, you know, one splash shot is gonna hit it and kill a garrison close by. Oh yeah, double tap. That could be bad. That could be bad. That could be bad. Fitoni body blocking. Fitoni body blocking. There we go. Not needed, but just barely. Just barely not needed. That could have gone very, very wrong there. Jesus. There we go. Camera is dumping out on this savage tonight. What is going on? The Fitoni tank did survive. Could have gone very bad there. Could have gone very bad. Now, what do we have right now? Map up and running resources are showing and we are having fun. Heavy tank, recon tank, heavy tank down here, medium tank in the back line, and a supply truck from woman repellent make its way somewhere in the distance. Okay. Not really much of a backdoor shenanigan, like we're gonna go here, we're gonna spawn here, we're gonna go down this way or something like that. But then again, those would be more populace, I guess. They just wanna get basically, you know, this under control. I mean, 7 is already taken now, and they're pushing into 8. If they can finally cross over the crossroads, then they have crossed the plans of the the Greyhounds. If this line falls, then the Greyhounds are done for the evening. Could come back, but it will be very hard. Speaking of people that are very hard, little Postal is here. Oh god, Postal. That was nearly amazing. And then he gets shot by Fignaldo. What?
I fucked up a little bit.
Good thing nobody saw that. I get, you know, it's not a tournament match. I get one little prox chat cheeky comment there. Oh. Good job, I'm sneaky there. Freezing task with us actually close by. What is that? That is a tiger having down the main road. Who's in there? PC Blade and Manthery. Okay. Bolowagen have with infantry support here. That's fine. My biggest issue is that, you know, if I had known it would be this layout, good god, maybe I would choose another match. Because this is gonna be a drainer. This is gonna be a match where we see if Greyhounds can overcome an awful point layout. Another session of freezing test, or rather, recycling the old one and getting a new one on. Oh. Not reacting to Ulani and cool. There we go. Might now go. Oh, Ulani backside! Ulani stops shooting. Goes back and shot in the back of the head. And there we go for revenge. Cafe might get splashed here. Hi, Cafe. Nope. Cafe survives with the rest as well. And we have ESPT now pushing into, or rather over the crossroad area. This is the moment where the Greyhounds are losing it. It's gliding through their fingers. And even funny little mines might not... Is that angle good? Cheeky. Isn't that gonna explode both of them at the same time? I feel like it's gonna trigger both of them. That is a bit odd placement. I might be wrong. But I would assume that maybe Axel will find those mines in the moment. We'll see how it goes here. There we go. Banzai shot a nice shot against Aimless. And right now, Klar, Alex, and Banzai are trying to hold this as much as they can. Can't really charge forward because they're gonna get shot like Klar right now. But you gotta hold these trench lines as much as you can. Because, oh boy, is it a hard one here. Dangerous grenades, especially with, you know, mines being around here. Rockets being exchanged. Alex the only one alive. Fignaldo. Oh. Come on, Fignaldo. Come on, run. Somebody better get in this trench in a second. God damn it, Greyhound's too tough to take out here. Still a fight over the crossroad area. And Greyhound slightly getting a bit more of a hand here in the area, but not all too much at the moment. Fignaldo taking care of many people here. Grenades out. There we go, one man down. Fignaldo the only one alive at the moment. Too much area, can't progress here any further. Too many barbed wire areas. Ricochet as well. Stephen Cole making their way here. Boomer sooner. Yeah. Denial. Mine of the grenade there could be nice. Ah. Bombing run? But where? By whom? Another bombing run by ESPT. Alright, nice. Fabi, you might want to move. You might want to move. You might want to... Nice, just... Okay, never mind. And garrison gets removed. Repair station gets destroyed. Alright. And the artillery is hammering down on both Tiger tanks. It could actually be very helpful because then those Tigers can't do anything. Well, they can't get repaired at least. Try to go back here. Still this area. Are the mines still good? Yep. Let me just zoom out. Let me just see how the fight goes overall. Yeah, so clashing. Fair. Let's just keep an eye on the right now. I'm so gonna miss when somebody runs on those mines, aren't I? We'll check out the map right now. They're getting... Oh, precision strike! Precision strike! Really? Really? This... Oh, Stucker. Who gets Stuckert? I mean... I really, you know, I might... Thing is, I have something planned while we're waiting here, because I'm slowly aging, well, molding, I guess is the word. I have something planned. I'm gonna send out a thing to all the comp teams again in relation to how is it at the moment, how was it, like update 15.3, how was stuff. I might just add one page where it just asks, hey, what do you think about precision strikes? Just one separate page. Alright, come on. Who is gonna be the poor noodle that runs into these mines? Nobody. Tempted, but they keep dying. And another tank destruction from the north. AT cannon built. And both Tiger tanks destroyed. Both Tiger tanks are gone. Oh, Greyhounds. Why do you want to make me age so rapidly? Why, boys? Come on. Such also. All the explosions everywhere. Zanzu, maybe? No, runs away again. Okay, I need to find another spot here because this is getting silly. Well, they have lost this area completely now, which means, yeah, open area. Those tanks are gonna move now. No people really at ground fields. A few hands there, but nothing too big. Oh! Dietzel running away. Come on. Oh, Dietzel! OP removed. Cho there. Cho? There we go. Saves. Good. Potential rocket there from Cho. And Cho. Not healing, you son of a... Why would you heal? Okay. Tank gone anyways, but good God. Why would you heal? Might have been very heavily damaged. Fair enough. But there was another explosion. Was that a tank? What was that? Repair station? AT cannon. One heavy down, more... Oh my God, so many AT cannons here. It's always snow, these firemen, and free the pants. Tank retreating, that's how it goes, and crunch. There we go. Force redeploy. People still at this area. Is the mine still go? Oh my God, the mines are still good. Well, the push has been fought back slightly, but the area has still been lost mostly. MG is having down on the spawns here now with Smearin and co. Oh, is that a bomb? Is that a bombing run? Oh my God, a bombing run. Bombing run by the Greyhounds. And nobody ran on either of those mines. I can't believe it. Oh, that's crunchy. Oh, that was a crunchy explosion there. Nice wipe. Problem is you might want to need, you know, you need some people that can take the area back. Question is, do they have people here? Only at the moment I see Born there. I don't know if there's any other spawns, OPs here. But I somehow have the feeling that's not the case. So it's right now Born against the rest of the enemy team. Cool. Born might regret his life choices right now. And gets killed. Alright. Are they gone? No, they're still... Oh my God. I'm not gonna get it that anybody runs in these mines, am I? Oh well. What do we have? Oh. Closing in. Heavy tank down here. Heavy tank up there. Alright. AT can up in the north. Ah, it's gonna take still some time. You might still see a 5-0, you might not. How is it looking over here in this area? Bleak. This is the MG, long range mostly, open areas. Then again, this is the flooded area, which is always a bit of a pain. Everything is open, everything is bare and bleak, and will get you killed awfully. Unlike Elsenborn, the new map upcoming in Update 16. Speaking of unexpected, look at that. Grounds actually with some people down here in the south. Ha! Axel blocking a red zone garrison here south of the point. No, that's just the normal garrison. Because the point is... Oh, God. Oh, that is just cruel. Well, it was cruel. Axel removed. Okay, the garrison is still good. They can still spawn there. Problem is, I think they can also spawn on the other side of that hedge. So they might get, well, annihilated quickly here. Oh, flicker than the world. Okay. France is closing through. We'll see the gap. Nope. Gets killed by Banzai. Alright. It's gonna take some time. We're gonna do one little swoop through the battlefield. Unknown code trying to advance here. But it's open and dire. The kill here gets killed, though. It's just a you kill somebody, somebody else shoots you. Wow. There we go. Bang gets killed with a pistol.
Pistol that pussy.
Lovely. So, about that. What do I have? Do I have anything anywhere that anybody does? Is there any movement here? Oh, God. I will in future ask, hey, is it a preset point layout? Like, have you decided that it's gonna be like all on the border, which just makes for very special matches? I will ask in the future. I will ask in the future. Well, Lockerbang his way here. Might see Fabi in a second. Oh. Now, in potential... Doesn't see Voragon. Oh, Voragon legged out, okay. Uh-huh. Wait, that tank sound. Looks tank. Alright, give me that looks tank for a second, thank you. And wanted to check out the map for a moment again. Runs on the main line in case there's enemies that are hiding here. You know, if they have OPs, the ESPT players, if they have any OPs here, those OPs are going to get, well, flushed away by that lovely light tank. Problem is only if there's anybody with an AT weapon here in the area. Bit too greedy there, bit too greedy, the angle, and yeah, we go. Fire, alright. Whee! I have to assume at this point, Grants are not gonna have a lot of fuel. Because the amount of tanks they have burned on this match. Holy moly. I think that tank is gonna go low. Look at this. Medium tank, heavy tank, heavy tank. Recon tank, heavy tank. 3 heavy tanks, 1 medium and 1 recon in play at the moment. That light tank is lovely, but it's not gonna help against the 2 heavy tanks in the south. Oh! Kieran gets nudged there with full love there for a second. Holy moly. Is he gonna get rolled over backwards? Please, yes. Ah, no. But we're gonna get a bombing run, which would be probably up here. Yep. That's gonna kill Ulani. Yeah, Postal also, poor soul. There we go. Gets killed. Martini running into his death. Weidemilch also getting splashed. And they go through like the knife through butter. Axel? Axel, I know it's a lovely cozy place, but you might want to shoot some enemies. There we go, buddy. This is a tough one. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. But what is there to do? It is a painful one, a painful point layout. Just tanks chilling here, lovely. But yeah, the whole thing about just having, you know, all the hard points on one border of the map is always one of the most annoying and disliked things. Alright, I need a front line because it's getting silly. Where are you pushing, ESPT? Because you could, you know, you can continue this on a bit fast, I feel like. Because let's be fair, normally you would expect that ESPT at this point, because they have in the last 50 minutes ago, I think, they have taken, you know, the Eero completely. E7 and 8 are in their hands. At this point, you would expect that ESPT is pushing forward and getting drown fields going, but they're not doing it. They're only slightly nibbling in the north a bit. They're putting the heavy tanks in this up. Maybe they're planning something, but at the moment it's still rather lukewarm. Poor little Banzai here, the last little defender. There you go, Kieran Cafe join in. That's not even his OP, great. Those guns sound different. What did they do with the gun sounds? Huh. Yeah, that will do it. That will do it. Tiger in the open, Fitoni, Doctor, and Kolokumpel. I have the feeling this Tiger's not gonna survive if the enemy pushes. Just from sheer, we can peek over the point, shoot you, and then retreat backwards. Yeah, but they've realized that they're slowly going back. They're slowly going back. They've realized that this is not a good situation right now. And they better hurry up because, good God, the enemy is close by. They go highlights of the enemy. There we go. Might nearly be... Ooh, that tank is getting hit. More hits on the Tiger tank. Maybe from the north? Who has vision on this? Maybe one of these nerds, yeah. Impact on the heavy? Maybe Banzai or somebody else with a long-range rocket there. That would probably be the reason why. Doubt there was much tanking going on there, right? Question mark? Yeah, Diesel and Co. Yeah, OP also destroyed. There was just a little aggressive group of saboteurs. Alright. Oh. Kaunik, Xander, and Krieg Ultra. Undecided yet what they're shooting. At the moment it seems to be that they're shooting the wall. I'm not happy with this right now because, good God, if anybody comes around that corner, like anybody with like a satchel, that's gonna be annoying to defend. Yeah, we can do turret for me, thank you. Zan's about to peek and get annihilated. Yep. Yep. But then again, look at the deliciousness here. Slightly scratched tiger there in the back, fresh tiger there, fresh tiger there. There is some good targets here in the open. Question is, who's gonna take the big cake here? Is that a heavy? That's a heavy tank at the moment. Recon tank. Sorry, that's a recon tank, that's a heavy tank. And they're getting shot from the north. Yep. Uh-huh. Yep. That tank is also getting hit. I'm tempted. Oh. I'm actually gonna go to this tank now. Just to see who is up there. Yeah, they go the brave repairman. Kill Tomato, Kalash, and Comrade Krim. Was a long day, kids. Was a long day. And I thought this would be, you know, a special little match. Lots of fighting with the midpoint. Well, they have 20 minutes left. Something is going to happen, surely. Oh, we got a peeking tiger. Okay. Yeah. Excellent seeing now the whole enemy floor park making its way. Brazilian also lagged out. This is amazing. Did this ever shit itself? What is this? Lying in wait there. Ooh. This could be fun. Oh, Ricochet! Ist der Ricochet, sehr schön. And that tank, that tiger might go now. Gets to the enemy tank, though might survive, needs to move. No, doesn't move. Okay, bye tiger. Bye tiger. But has a body here, but the enemy tank will move. Yeah, because the enemy knows that they need to move. There we go. Ah! Such a wasted opportunity. Is that a satchel? Ah! Because the enemy can just drive around here. I see. Fair enough. Are they gonna go out in a blaze of glory? What? Lovely visual. Cool, the satchel and the normal explosion at the same time. Lovely. If they would have driven on that, it would have been a lovely big inferno. Oh well. Greyhound is dingling and dangling around. One man. Yep. That should get destroyed in a second, hopefully. And we see the Greyhound commander Marvin is here tonight. There we go. We now see the commander as well. And the Greyhound is gonna, yeah, scrap the rocket. Come on, scrap. Come on, it's literally set for you. Come on, scrap. And there goes scrap the removal. OPs are safe again on the Greyhound side. I say that fully knowing that this right now is Greyhound's in a really tough spot. Greyhound's in a really painful spot. They need to come back from certain death. But then again, you know, Greyhound's big team, big name. Might be able to. We'll see how that one goes in a moment. Yeah, we also see Francis Rupert pushing in heavy, also going in the open. Yeah, I think this is push time. I think this might be push time. That tank is going in fully. Yep. On his own. On his own. The tank's going in on his own there, okay? ESPT doesn't want to end this in a 3-2. They want to go for 4-1 or 5-0. Yep. And they got ready to play. The thing is, there is literally an AT can on the road. And they didn't shoot the jumbo. Okay, now, come on, now. No, doesn't go back. God damn it. I mean, you know that is a capture progress still. Spawn wave, good. It's gonna bounce it slightly. Greyhounds, artillery hammering them down the west there. Half the spawn wave dead, the other is just getting annihilated by Rupert in this group here. Bombing run coming in, bombing run from the south. Okay. Yeah, I guess it's good against the oncoming enemy army, fair enough. Oh, tank got tracked. Nope, repaired enough. Boy Butter! Is the Butter strong? No, Butter is chilling. Wait, what? Oh! Wait, assault with a G43? Does he have the basic loadout? Huh. I think there was a mine there. Congratulations. Ah! Ah! One tank down. There we go. Good. Bombing run again from the north to the south. Cinematic, beautiful little bombing run, charging through here, through the meat of the Greyhounds. Weidemilch avoiding the death by explosion, lovely. Rhino charging through. Glitching left and right, I love it. And Rhino deciding that it is not good to be here. Yeah, okay. I wonder if they actually don't disconnect or... Don't think so. I think it's just when they die, their model doesn't get rendered back. Rendered back, like it doesn't get translated back to the server that the model got killed. It's just that. I don't know. Looks weird. We have now the 10th person that has that. I don't know. Seems like disconnect to me. But Rando is back up again. Okay. Everything in a lovely, horrible, yellow, pissy light. Potentially good tanking here from Greyhounds. Ricochets off. Ricochets off. You can shoot, you know? It's a new feature. Oh my god. I mean... Oh my god, misses by miles. Misses as well. Dangerous, that Tiger might perish in a moment. Oh, the angle. Angle, there we go. Angle, and the angle is now right. Lowers the angle, gets the enemy jumbo. There we go, good job. Ho, 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 ho. Dangerous, but gets the jumbo. Job done, good. Now keep your point clean. Your render goes down, good. Greyhounds heavily pushed. The point is a big bloody yin-yang. And hopefully in a moment we'll see some more grandiose attacks here. Such goes off at the pillbox here. Lovely double fire there from the tank group. Easy blow. A blade. Bloat. And Menthori. Check on the map. Yeah, at the moment the push power has been reduced by masses here. Tanks before we have a heavy tank there. One heavy tank at the road and a medium tank. And that's it at the moment. And with the time running out, you know, they're not gonna get lots of new tanks up at the front line. That is if Greyhounds are able to realize that their point could be easily recaptured and they could push for the next point already. But that's the thing, they don't have that info. They don't have that info, and right now they're paying for that info lag. For that lag info. Steve, good man. Moonwalking his way to victory. I like it. Very heroic. Very gory. But look at this. Right now they just need to advance further down the line. Unknown Rupert Vignaldo still alive. And that rocket from Novas removes one of the men. Only squad with Rupert left on his OP. Holding it, body blocking it against rockets. Open area, ESPT is getting annihilated here. Satchel goes off. Oh my god. I feel like there's gonna be some angry talks about the ping. But I think this is it. This is 10.5 minutes, sorry, 10:45 left. And we're seeing ESPT push from the north completely into the point, from the east completely into the point. Greyhounds not able to push anything back here, only slowing the enemy down. But there's nothing here at the moment that's gonna help them. Long range tanking, yes, but you can only shoot so much. Infantry all over the cap right now, and the tanks are not gonna be able to remove all of that. Claro runs in, tries to get a section going. As Butterfingers though, and he's gonna get shot. Well-deserved execution there. There we go. Lovely. Ah, the angle. The angle of that explosion. That is just unlucky. 8 minutes left to start capping it back. 10 minutes overall playing time. Artillery pinpoint on Jesus' face. Ah, man has melted. Long range rocket connects, I think, even. Yeah, and at this point, just lob whatever you have at the front line and go through. Infantry not even caring about the tank here, they're just advancing and advancing and advancing. It's nothing but crunchy. Oh, that ricochet. Nothing but crunchy, shelly goodness. Tiger on the point, just hammering down to all sides, trying to hold us down. Yeah, and removed. Even the Zero is so shocked that we don't see the wreck. Wreck? Hello. Welcome back, wreck. Tiger goes down. I think at this point, Greyhounds have realized that this is gonna be the end tonight. They're not gonna be able. Yeah, one already left. Well, might have crashed. Look at how the Zero performance was. They might have crashed at the start. I don't know. It's not a great Zero tonight. It's not a great Zero tonight. Holy moly. But it's the regular one. We have this all the time with ESPT. How is it so unbelievably bad tonight? I don't know. Scram making his way. Gets killed by something there. And that will be with Novas being the last boy in the point. That's not gonna be enough, even though Novas is a big boy. That's not enough big boy energy to keep this point. Drown fields gone. 8 minutes left playing time, which means 4 minutes to recapture points. 2 minutes for each point, which means they have 4 minutes of time to start capping this. And then just continue capping till the very end. Unlikely. Not impossible, but very unlikely. Novas. Good job. Yeah, that's the trench. And they get saved. They get saved. Unbelievably. Undeserved, but unbelievable as well. Oh, that sounds really bad. That sounds like an explosion on the left, but I don't see it. Might not show again. Yeah, well. But yeah, I mean, look at this. Look at this, kids. This is... The cat is in the bag. The guts is im Sack. Ja. Katze ist im Sack. Der Tiger ist auch kaputt gegangen. Hat in den Drop getreten, du. And yes, I see that they're starting to recapture this, but it's just people in the area. So that's not gonna do much here. One little cinematic swoop, please. Thank you. But Drownfields is such a... I gotta say, Drownfields is a fun point to watch. Because when people enter Drownfields, you know it's about to really go on. So many little areas to hide, so many little areas to stay in, to shoot at, throw grenades in, put satchels in, see enemies pass. It's such a good point to fight over. Not so great if the other point is also WN7. Not so great if it's WN7. And while artillery is happening down, we have the last 2 minutes before this officially becomes a match where they, well, have lost. But I'm gonna call. I know it's not the end yet, but I'm gonna call it. I think Greyhound's not gonna win this tonight. Because good God, what an awful map layout that is. What an awful point layout. I can't even get close in that. They die so quickly. Bombing run. Oh, maybe an attempt of coming back. They have a few moments left. Is that a second bombing run? No. Yeah, that bombing run is not gonna do much. And I don't know if the morale is high enough that people on the ground side are gonna even, you know, really have the motivation for this. Oh. the lines there. With this little time left, because it's here 98 already, let me just quickly... There you go, just pause the one if you want to see the high scores. There we go. Because people are going to leave in the last moments. There we go. I'm gonna go a bit away here at the end.
Post west. Arrow peak west here.
All the proc shot comes. Wow. I mean... Oh! Died anyways. Cool. And that is the W for... What was I going to say? Greyhound. I was going to say about WJH. It's the victory for ESPT at the very end. What an unexpected twist here with this point layout. That's actually not true, but the moment they captured, you know, the midpoint, was pretty sure that they're gonna, you know, they're gonna take W here. Because, good God, getting W and 7 back is such a painstaking thing. So many things need to succeed. Can I just say, I know W and 7, you know, is a special one. You know what would be fun with W and 7? If we had more craters in this field, on both sides. And I don't mean like, oh yeah, you mean like this crater? No, I mean like just a destroyed line. That could actually make your way halfway unseen. Like, imagine this, and you just bomb, just craters here, all the way along, bit split it out. Just imagine a big carpet bombing in this area. Then you would have a chance to make it somehow into this area, which you also can't play, because you can't remove the map-made barbed wire. So you need to go into these areas. But since the enemy already has the points, they will build this shit, which means you need to go there and build a satchel. And then you need to have another push that happens like after 10 minutes of work and constant dying, and they have built a new one there. It's such an abysmal setup. Either I feel like a rework of, you know, around W7. You know what? Doesn't even need to be a rework. Can we have it that barbed wire by the map, no, that's generated the map, can be destroyed? This shit here. Because surely being able to destroy this asset, and the asset is deleted, not on the map anymore, that's gonna be good for performance, right? Because if this stuff was all destroyed, it doesn't need to be seen. It's not rendered in. It's gone because it's destroyed. That should boost performance by 0.1 frame, but still, you know? Can we please at some point be able to destroy barbed wire? Remember in Death Breeding 100 when they said, oh, you can destroy barbed wire with everything, even tank shells. Oh, that's okay, that's cool with the new barbed wire that works. I don't know, it feels like barbed wire is just... it's awful. But I'm rambling. That has been the match of ESPT against... Yeah, then people are leaving. ESPT against the Greyhounds. I hope you had some fun. It was a bit of a dry one. We'll go on the VOD channel, not on the main channel, because good God. But still, overall a good one, I'd say. Well, can I say a good one? Not gonna say. For me, up in the sky, the start was cool, and then basically it became a bit of a boring one. And I know that the Greyhounds are in WH, sorry, because they also have a match that I would have cast instead if I had knew this. That Greyhounds and ESPT will watch this. But good God, what a boring setup. Just all on the ball, on the bottom. Just as if I had known this, I would have not cast this Slugfest. Good God. But Albert, we need to train this setup. We need to have it in case we have it in any other match. Yeah, I get that. But, you know, it's fine. I should in future ask. So I can say, yeah, nobody wants to cast that shit. I just dislike all the... It's just because this point is so bad, you can barely ever recapture it. If we could recapture it, then it would have been so much more fun, you know? But it's so hard to get this going. So hard to recapture WN7, WN4. W4 a bit easier, I guess, but WN7, ugh. Either way. Before I now mauled too much, that has been the match. I'm getting also pings. What's going on? Is that some hell loose shenanigan? I don't know. What's that? I got pinged by somebody. Official Discord? Ah, it's just Maxime. Okay, thank you. Okay, good, sure. Either way, that has been the match, kids. I hope you had some fun. Next week, I would assume you're gonna do an HCA match. I don't know how that one is gonna go with things, and what do they have? Can we just have that for a second? Save image. Before you all leave, yada yada yada, I know. Match is over. Yoink. Just want to check one little thing. What is HCA at the moment? Where is that shit? There we go. Great, yeah. Great, amazing picture. Smaller, please. Thank you. What kind of giant, massive picture is this? And then for this graphic. Alright, what do we have next week? What do we have next week? Because I think the matches are something next week. Yoink, make this a bit bigger. There we go. What do we have? Who the heck? I don't know that climber. No idea. Chinese team, probably. ESPT against that team. WTH against Chimera. Okay. Greyhounds against the Line. Okay. Refuse against... Is that Omen? I think that's the new Omen logo, right? I think that's Omen. Helios, sorry. I wanted to say Trigger from the Chinese Dragon team back in the day. Helios, sorry Helios. Helios against FJ. I saw them in the APL play. They were around the same skill level as GBI. Lost one against GBI and then won the other one. Alright, so you get the skill level up here. 82nd against Team Phoenix. I think Phoenix are teaming up with Hated, right? Oh. That's a logo I have seen a few times, but I keep forgetting who they are. Same with these nerds. And GBI against, who is that? Ronin and Vanguardia, I would assume, from the looks. Yeah. Alright. Winner probably ESPT. I don't know. The Chinese team depends on who is in the Chinese teams. No? WGH, Greyhounds. Don't know, because I've still not seen a single Omen match. I would say Refuse, just because Refuse could be Omen. Helios, presumably. 82nd AD. Don't know. GBI. There we go. That's my weakness for next week. We're gonna see which match we're gonna try to apply for. If we can apply for matches, don't know how they're gonna handle it. Don't know which match we're gonna go for next week, but surely it will be a fun one. If not, we will see who's playing out of a league. Maybe get a nice match with that. And I got stung by a mosquito. It's the middle of autumn and I get stung by a mosquito. God damn it. Either way, that has been the match. I hope you had some fun. More stuff next week. There might be an evening stream tomorrow with some more No More Room in Hell 2. With Tinklebean and all the others. That might be a thing tomorrow. We'll see about that one. If not, then... Guess not. If not, then probably on Tuesday or Wednesday. First half of the week should be like an evening stream. Either way, that has been it. New videos coming out this week as well. With some Hell and Loose stuff. Mostly, I think we have like 6-7 videos in the making. Including all the video textures, all the outfits, and some other shenanigans. Even a little special one for all you nerds out there. And now my voice is tired and I ramble enough. That's it. Have a good one. Berg over and out. Kisses. Bye-bye.